Hello, I'm Michael Knorr. One way to think about architecture is the task of bringing order to chaos. For example, in a floor plan, taking all the disparate, sometimes contradictory elements and putting them together almost like the pieces of a puzzle so they make sense. Or in the case of an exterior elevation, harmonizing the various elements to bring order out of chaos. However, it seems most of our built environment is put together slapdash without order or harmony. Our streetscapes are disjointed and chaotic. As you might guess, architects experience alarming frisson by the junky appearance of our built environment. It is architectural chaos out there. This episode of Architecture Minute is about the tension between order and chaos and what can be done about it. One way to harmonize the built environment is to impose rules. It is common to have communities with design covenants where everything must be Mediterranean, or everything must be colonial, or whatever preordained style has caught the fancy of those in charge. This is common in private developments where notions of correct and proper architecture are enforced by a DRC, Design Review Committee. But it also occurs in some municipalities where an entire city or special districts of a city must follow a mandated architectural style, like Santa Fe, New Mexico, for example. This usually happens in places where the architectural history is strongly defined. And architectural controls can pop up in unexpected ways. In 2020, the former president, whose name rhymes with rump, mandated that all federal buildings must be designed as traditional classical architecture for no other reason than the former president having an inflated sense of his own taste and the desire to impose it on everyone else. It is true that these mandates tend to harmonize the built environment, but here's the dilemma. Mandating conformity has the unintended side effect of limiting creativity. We admire historic places, like beautiful Italian hill towns, for example, and you can't help but notice that these towns have a certain consistency about them. We like this. So it is natural to think that if we mandate the same style in a new development, the result will be the same, a charming little village. But places like Italian hill towns have grown organically over centuries. They have the patina of age and the nonchalant accumulation of eccentricities over time. This cannot be duplicated by design covenants. When new developments try to mimic these qualities, it looks rote, trite, and unimaginative. Which is better, the predictability of strict design regulations or the excitement of inventive, original architecture? Given such a choice, I would choose the latter. That is the only choice for progress. Everything else is fake history. Of course, such an anything-goes approach still could leave us with disorder, but maybe there are other things we can do to mitigate that. For example, urban vegetation can be a unifying element, besides being environmentally smart. Trees can unite disparate elements and bind them in a cohesive whole. I learned long ago that architecture looks best when the landscape architecture complements it. And architects themselves need to be cognizant of the environment in which they are building. Be aware of the scale of neighboring buildings. Choose materials that reinforce or complement existing surroundings. Just be a good architectural neighbor. That's the best way to fight architectural chaos.